Okay, our next topic is the hybrids. As you know, we are dealing with the fifth unit of the paper one, and we are studying the plant tissue culture techniques. Under this plant tissue culture technique, we should understand in detail the morphogenesis. Now, through the series of these lectures, we have studied many aspects regarding the plant tissue culture and the morphogenesis. And in this series, now we have to understand the hybrids. Okay, so in this particular video lecture, we will understand what do you mean by the hybrids, how hybrids got created, and what is the significance of these hybrids in relation to the plant tissue culture. Okay, from the UPSC mains examination point of view, you should understand carefully the concept of hybrid. Okay, what is the basic concept of hybrids and what are its advantages? Because generally, like the meaning and the advantages type of the question is asked by the UPSC on the topics of plant tissue culture. Okay, so consider we are dealing with the paper number 1 and the chapter number 5, that is the morphogenesis, and here we have to understood the hybrids. Okay, we have understood all of these topics which are we have covered earlier. Now we should understand the hybrids in very detail. Now consider the first slide. See, the somatic hybrids can be obtained where the nucleus is derived from the one parent and the cytoplasm it is derived from the both the parents. See what it literally means. See, if you take the two cells, for example, this is the first cell and this cell contains the nucleus and this is the cytoplasm of this particular cell. This is the first cell, and you have the similar second cell here. Here also the nucleus is present and the cytoplasm is also there. So if you take the first cell and the second cell, in the first cell you are taking the cytoplasm as well as the nucleus of the first cell, and you are going to fuse it with that of the nucleus, the cytoplasm of the second cell. So the cytoplasm of the second cell and the nucleus plus cytoplasm of the first cell, when they combine together, they create the cytoplasmic hybrids or the hybrids, okay, which are also called as the hybrids. So basically, whenever we say somatic hybrids or the somatic hybrids, these are the fusion between the nucleus, between the cytoplasm of the two cells, and one of the nucleus from one cell is got retained and other is got suppressed. So this type of combination is called as the somatic hybrids. So basically, you have to understand here that from the one cell, the nucleus plus the cytoplasm both are coming, and from the second cell, only the cytoplasm is coming. Okay, so basically, the two cytoplasms are get mixed with one another, and the nucleus of one cell got retained, while the nucleus of the other cell does not get retained and it gets suppressed. Okay, so the nucleus of a one cell plus cytoplasm of both the cells together, they constitute the hybrids, and that is why literally we are giving here the definition that somatic hybrids can be obtained where the nucleus is derived from only one parent. Okay, no, second parent is not involved in giving the nucleus. Okay, we are taking the nucleus from only one parent, and we are taking the cytoplasm of both the parents. That is, cytoplasm is coming from both the parents, but nucleus is coming from only one parent, and if they got fused in such a way, then the resultant product is called as the cytoplasmic hybrid, or simply they are called as the hybrids. Okay, now see, hybrids are cells or plants containing the nucleus of one species and cytoplasm of both the parental species. So whatever the cells are created here, or whatever the plants are created through this hybrid technique, these plants have the nucleus of one parent only, while they possess the cytoplasm of both of their parents. Okay, this is the very characteristic feature of these hybrids, that they were possessing the cytoplasm which is coming from both the parent, but they were having only the one type of the nucleus, or only one parental nucleus is present within the body of a plant. So genetically, you can say that whatever the genes are there which are present in these plants, these genes are totally coming from the one parent, because the other parent is not involved. As you know, whenever there is a genetic recombination, both the nucleus or both the chromosomes are required from both the parents. But here, what is involved genetically? Genetically, here only the one nucleus from the one parent is involved. So there is no genetic recombination. So you can simply say this is the genetically pure species, or you can say it is a clone of their parent, because no genetic recombination has occurred, no sexual reproduction has occurred, no new genes are formed. But here, whatever the genes which are present within that single nucleus are as it is carried on to the next generation. So in the somatic hybrids, you should carefully remember they are the clones of their parents, but there is a small difference that the cytoplasm is coming from both of the parental species. Okay, now these are generally produced during the protoplast fusion, and as you know, we have studied the protoplast fusion, and in the protoplast fusion there is a no cell wall in the cell, and hence we are calling it protoplast. And when they got fused together, one of the nucleus got expressed while the other nucleus is got suppressed. Okay, so one nucleus is only expressing, but both the cytoplasms are fusing together, hence they are result in the cybrates. Now this phenomenon in which this particular cybrates got created, these are simply called as the cybratization, because here the cybrates are created, and hence the whole process is called as the cybratization. So how these cybrates got created, or what do you mean by the cybrates? Cybrates is nothing but the fusion between the two protoplasts, in which the nucleus from one protoplast only will get expressed while the other nucleus will get suppressed, and hence they are exact clone of one of their parents. Okay, although both the cytoplasms are mixing together, but the only one nucleus from one parent is coming into the next generation, and that is why they are the complete clones of their parents, because no genetic recombination has occurred. Now how this happen? Okay, what is the process of cybratization? See, it is it possesses the merged cells organelles of both the species. See, consider this is the species A and species B. This is the cell which is coming from the species A, and this is the cell coming from the species B. Now here, if you fuse the protoplast of both of these, here you will create the heterokaryon. Okay, because these are the combination of both of these cells, and due to the mixing of both of these cells, here what have got created? Here the combination of two cells, that is the heterokaryon, is what created. Now here you can clearly understood. See, here is the first nucleus and here is the second nucleus, but here in this particular heterokaryon you will also find there is a presence of two nucleus. But after that, see, one of the nucleus got loose, and due to the losing of the one nucleus, only one nucleus will remain in the cybrate. While if both the nucleus got fused with one another, here we will use the term hybrid. Okay, what we can call this particular a cell which has the both the nucleus or nucleus also got fused, then we called it as a hybridization or the hybrids. But if the one of the cell is if the cell or the hybrid cell is containing the nucleus which is coming from only the one cell, then it is called as the cybrid. So for this diagram you can clearly understood how the hybrids are got created and how the cybrid is got created, because here is the matter of nucleus. If the nucleus is coming from only one parent and they did not get fused with the other parent, then it result in the formation of cybrids. But if both the nucleus got fused together to create the fused nucleus, the fused third type of the nucleus, these are called as the hybridization. Because as you know, in the hybridization, hence we say the genes from both of the parents are present in the hybrid plant. But in the cybrid, only the genes of one parent is coming, that is from this parent. A parent is showing whole of the nucleus here, but here is the complete absence of the B parent. But in the hybrid, you will observe A plus B, both the parents are present in the 50-50 concentration, right? So basic difference between the hybrid and cybrid is particularly present with relation to their nucleus. If the nucleus is coming from only one parent, it is hybrid, and if the nucleus is coming from both the parent, then it's called as the hybrid. Yes, of course, there is a one common thing. The cytoplasm of both the cells is coming in the hybrids as well as in the cybrids. Okay, so here the processes that merge the cell organelle of both the species, that is the two cells protoplast, are fused together to create the heterokaryon. Just like here, the two protoplasts got fused together to create the heterokaryon, and later one nucleus is damaged and suppressed using the high energy gamma or the X-rays. That is, we will suppress one of the nucleus, and if you suppress one of the nucleus, it will directly result in the cybrid. And if we are unable to suppress the nucleus which is coming from another parent, then it will directly result in the hybrid. So basically, if you want to create the cybrid, you should damage or you should suppress the other nucleus with the help of gamma or the X-rays, and finally develop the cybrids of the important traits. Okay, so basically the aim while creating the cybrids is to fuse the cytoplasm only, but not the nucleus. Nucleus should not get fused. It should get suppressed with the help of the gamma rays or the X-rays. But if you want to create the hybrid, then you should allow two nucleus to get fused with one another to create the third nucleus, which will have the 50-50 concentration of both the parents. So if you are aiming for the cybrid, the other nucleus should get suppressed by using the X-rays or the gamma rays. All right, now consider. See, what is the aim of this hybridization? Okay, now you know what do you mean by the hybrids, and then you also know how to create the hybrids. But what is the aim of creation of this hybrid, these hybrid types of the cells? Now see, the very first aim is to study the biological information on both the intra and the intergeneric transfer of organelles. Now if the species is having the organelles which is coming from both the parents, but the genes coming from only one parent, then how these particular cells or how this particular plant will behave in its lifetime? This can be studied by using this particular hybridization method, because you are creating a plant which has the organelles or the cytoplasm coming from both the parents, that is from the A parent and B parent, but the nucleus is coming from only the one parent. So nucleus is coming from one parent and the organelles coming from both the parents. How this plant will behave in their life cycle, this is very interesting to observe, and we can have much more information relating with the organelles of the plants as well. That is the intra and the intergenic transfer of organelles. If we do this, what will happen? This can be studied by using the hybridization. Then the second aim of it is the investigation of the nuclear gene role in regulation of the two cell cytoplasmic organelle gene interaction and their expression. Now see, if there is only the one nucleus, for example, this is the hybrid, and it contains the cytoplasm from both the species. Okay, there is a cytoplasm from the A species and there is a cytoplasm from the B species, but here the nucleus is coming from only the one species, that is species A. So how this species A organelle will literally control the organelles which is coming from the other plant species, this we have to observe, and this will be the very interesting field, because how these genomic cells organelles get controlled by the genes which are present within that nucleus. Because these whatever the organelles are there, these organelles are coming from the different parent, and this nucleus is coming from the different parent. Then how this particular nucleus is going to handle the organelles which are present within this particular cell, this we can study by using this particular hybrids, and that is why we create the hybrid. This is the second aim of the hybridization. Now consider the third one. See, to show the phylogenetic relationship between the two species. Now see, if the controlled actions of the nucleus and the working of the genes, if we study this carefully, we can actually create the phylogenetic relationship between the species A we have used and the species B we have used in this particular experiment. So phylogenetic relationship between the species can be best studied by using the genes, by using the information which is coming from that single nucleus genes expression. Okay, so phylogenetic relationship between the two species can be established by using the hybrids. The fourth aim of the hybrid is to facilitate to create the desired species with the combination of both the parental species is important for the beneficial traits. Okay, so if we are mixing the cytoplasm of the species A and species B, and if the important characteristics or the beneficial characteristics which are present in the species A and species B, if we are able to combine these two traits, then it will be very useful to create the third species which will be more beneficial for the humankind, and hence desired species can be created by using the hybrids. So if you are creating the hybrid by using the species A and species B, and you are creating the species C which is the hybrid and which will be more beneficial to the humankind when it compared with the species A and species B, then it will be more useful. Okay, and that is why in the crop productions and that is why in the agricultural crop production we always try to create the hybrids from the species A and the species B. So all these are the aims of the hybrids. So you should understand what do you mean by the hybrids, then you should know how to create the hybrids, and in lastly you should know what are the benefits of the hybrids. All right, so this is all about this topic. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Please like this video, share this video with your friends who are studying the botany, and if you haven't subscribed to the Botany After channel yet, please subscribe to the Botany After channel for UPSC examination. Again, thank you very much for giving your time. See you in the next video lecture. Thank you.